not the case here this afternoon with Illinois State.
Yeah, Illinois really an excellent ball handling team. Even as a young team last year, only averaged 12 or 13 turnovers a game, but right now they're really struggling. And then you see Arnold, I mean, he's just having his way down low. Augustine and one of the big fellas, Powell's got to wake up and try to slow him down. Right now, he's doing anything he wants offensively.
Doug, I don't know if Arnold had a lot of confidence coming in. He might have, but that little baby hook down on the baseline, you could see he was exuding confidence.
Well, Mike, he's got it right now. I mean, offensively, he feels it whenever he gets those touches.
D. Brown, 11 on the clock outside. Luther Head, ring it up for a three.
And Luther continues to look for that open jump shot. He's got the green light from Bruce Weber, and you've got to shut him down from the perimeter. He loves to shoot the quick three.
That's his 11th on the year. Illinois came in with 62 threes. They've got a couple here in the early going. 15-8, though, they trail Illinois State. D. Brown from three, misfires. Second air ball this afternoon for Mr. Brown.
Yeah, again, I think fundamentally his rotation on that ball, if you look at it, there's not much spin on it. And it's just not coming off. Whether he's shooting it quick or whatever, he just doesn't seem to quite have that natural release, and it shows on those last two air balls.
D. Brown commits the foul. Both coaches going to the bench. Now here comes Darren Williams. Back on the floor for the first time since breaking his jaw. As Doug pointed out, his jaw is still wired, but he goes through the drills in practice. If anything, his legs might not be back. Is what he loses, 12 to 14 pounds.
And when you lose those pounds, it usually comes right off the legs area. So you want to make sure you get him in there. Again, Arnold, no one double downs from the top, and he's just going right over to the top of the taller Illinois guys. And right now, Illinois offensively just really out of kilter.
17-8. Inside to Nick Smith. Mentioned the fact that this is the second trip into Assembly Hall in 3 years. Some other scores. St. Joe's ranked number 10. St. John's led the nation in field goal defense last year. Illinois was second. Look at that. 61-56, Kentucky over North Carolina. Carolina hanging pretty tough there, considering they only have really 3 guys who can shoot the ball, or score, I should say. They're not very deep, but Carolina keeps winning.
Well, Roy Williams, there's no one better in the country at setting up a program. He did it with North Carolina with Dean Smith and at Kansas, so he just keeps winning.
There's a reach, and it's going to go against Marcus Arnold on Nick Smith. You know that game in Greensboro, Illinois and North Carolina? In the Big Ten, Indiana. That's a final, losing to Temple 59-50. I just did that game down in Texas, Doug, where they beat North Texas by 9. Bracy Wright had 39, but no one else really scored that much.
Tough to go man on an out-of-bounds play against Illinois. They're so quick, and D. Brown, the smallest guy on the floor, goes up for a layup on an out-of-bounds play. You very rarely see that.
Illini down by 7, 17-10. Greg Alexander has knocked down a couple of threes in this first half. There's a whistle away from the ball. Tim Hutchinson, and Dennis Bracco, and Dave Marisic wearing the striped shirts, blowing the whistles here in Champaign this afternoon. Bruce Weber, 2 of the last 3 years at Southern Illinois, winning conference championships. Would love to keep it going here in the Big Ten.
Yeah, Arnold goes out for Illinois State. I mean, he was a factor. He's got 2 fouls, and Illinois did a good job of trying to attack him offensively.
Good look that time to Delegard. The basket will be waved off. Or at least it should be, considering the fact that Arnold's bucket didn't go earlier.
Well, against UIC, Illinois did a lot of trapping, and they were able to get some quick transition buckets. Right now, Illinois State doing a good job of really handling that double team. And when they do, they've made Illinois pay cutting to the basket. So right now, Illinois State just doing a great job taking care of the basketball.
Coming out the screen, misfires that time by Greg Alexander. He's got a couple of threes. He had 58 as a freshman, 61 as a sophomore. There's the reach by Alexander.
See, what's happened is they're trying to rotate the basketball, and what's occurring is they're not able to reverse it. What you've got to do is fake to that sidelines. Then the big men step up in the box. They'll be wide open there. Again, just an adjustment you need to make during the game, and especially for the big guys from Illinois when they're up at the top of the key. If Augustine or Ingram, who's in now, can really step up there, they'll have There'll be an opening inside the paint area. There you see great job by Porter Moser, who's really done a good job at Illinois State, making them very competitive coming back, and they've really played a super game so far early on.
Moser jumping off the bench because I stand corrected. That foul went against Illinois' Richard McBride. Thought it was a reach by Alexander, but some contact by McBride before the steal by Alexander. Green dips inside the paint. 5'9" senior out of Chicago gets his first bucket.
Yeah, Luther had tried to put some pressure on him. Green again handling the basketball, makes him pay the price, cuts the basket.
Illini trailing 19-10 right now, and they have dominated here in Assembly Hall this year by an average point total victory of 28. There's the reach on Nick Smith as he backs out, takes the little jumper.
I mean, Illinois State is just playing fantastic right now. I mean, Illinois, I got to say, they're not playing that bad, but Illinois I think, is playing that well. The Redbirds have really come in with a good game plan, and right now are doing a marvelous job of executing on the road in the Assembly Hall so far.
Well, most of these kids wearing the Redbird uniforms grew up in the state of Illinois. This is has to be exciting, coming in here with a chance to pull off the upset against the big boys. Illinois, they've won 30 straight non-conference games here in Assembly Hall as Nick Smith walks to the line and gets his first point.
Well, Illinois, it's been a couple weeks since they've been back in the Assembly Hall, and you'd think with a sold-out crowd, the guys would come out with a little bit more energy, but this is always a typical game right before the Big Ten season. Sometimes you look forward. They've got to step it up right now and get ready to play the rest of this game.
Well, Nick Smith knocks down a couple of free throws, but Marcus Arnold's averaging 15. He has 5 so far with 11:27 to go. And the Redbirds leading the Fighting Illini on their home floor by 7. Back inside Assembly Hall, 7-point game. And right now, let's take a look at the option stats flash. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois State, like I said, I don't think Illinois played that poorly. It's just Illinois State's played that well. This is an important stretch of minutes right now for the Redbirds because Arnold's got 2 fouls sitting on the bench.
78%. Now, both teams come in. They're both good shooting clubs, shooting 47% on the year. Anytime you go on the road and shoot 78%, coach will take that. That was a turnover by Miller. Comes off the bench, Mike Miller, and we come back the other way. Porter Moser, also in his first year, he had a solid 3 years at Arkansas Little Rock in his head coaching debut. Took a team that was 4-24 in Arkansas, won 18-12, 18-11, and 18-11. There's Darren Williams, his first shot since coming back, a little bit too strong, and the rebound goes to Randall. He gives it up to Ingram. And they swing it around. Luther Head finally gets the shot. He misfires. There's a reach by Nick Smith. Good box out that time by Illinois State.
Yeah, again, Illinois looking for that jump shot. Hasn't gone down for them, and it just right now there seems to be a lid on the basketball. But good, good passing, good rotation. The big fella Nick Smith struggled against UIC right now, just having a tough time going. There's the Michigan State continuing to struggle.
Another tough loss for Tom Izzo, although that's scheduled. Unbelievable. Let me see, Syracuse, Kansas, Kentucky, Oklahoma. Help me out here. I'm sure I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, you mentioned Kentucky. I mean, it keeps going. Duke, they played at home. I mean, it wasn't pretty.
Here's Guidry. Speaking of the ACC, the transfer from NC State misfires, comes right back. Nice job of using the glass that time. Guidry gets his first bucket.
Yeah, Redbirds also doing a good job energy-wise, picking up those loose balls.
Augustine, southpaw, misfires, but he's fouled. A little body contact by Greg Dilligard.
And I think that's what Illinois needs to do. They're a very good perimeter team, but right now take advantage of their depth down low. Attack Illinois State. Go after the big fellas. Dilligard is your last big guy for the Redbirds. Try to get him in foul trouble. And then you've got the 2 starters on the bench. Now you can create something down low.
Augustine gets in the scoring column, 52% shooter, 68 from the floor as Powell comes back on the floor. for the Fighting Illini. Now, James Augustine, here's a guy that's almost averaging a double-double.
And the thing about Augustine is he does so many things so good. I mean, probably the biggest jump is from your freshman, sophomore year, and he has really made the transition, especially defensively. You can see that last year got in foul trouble. This year, only maybe one game all year so far. He's had to sit on the bench the first half.
So Augustine knocks down a couple of charity tosses, but there's the numbers on the field goals. Illinois just 4 for 11 playing on their home floor here this afternoon. 47% on the year, but still trying to find their groove. Inside, Eccles gets the ball, and boy, he muscles his way in that time.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be a little tougher inside. Eccles isn't that tough, and he does I mean, defensively, Illinois got to make some adjustments. Illinois State really confident down low when the ball goes in the paint.
Williams. Yeah, Najib Eccles, a 6'7", 230-pounder. There's some bumping and shoving going on. The foul goes against Chris Burris, the 6'5" sophomore out of Chicago.
I mean, that was a good forearm shiver he threw at Augustine right there. But again, the big men for Illinois move so well without the basketball. And after he sets that screen on the top, he gets to that open spot, and Augustine could put it on the floor and go to the floor. And that puts so much pressure on you when you're 6'9", 6'10". You got to guard someone 20 feet from the basket.
Out of bounds play goes right to Augustine. Too hard off the glass. There's the battle for the rebound, and the whistle goes against the Redbirds again. I believe Trey Gidry picks up the foul.
Foul is on number 24, Trey Gidry.
So Illinois State comes in. They're battling hard, trying to snap a 2-game skid. They had an overtime victory against Western Kentucky. Then they lost by 3 to Northern Iowa and were blown out by 17 to Southern Illinois, where they missed their first 5 shots of the game. They come into Champaign. They grab the lead. They're up now 23-14, and Powell walks to the line and doesn't go down for the junior out of Joliet. Illinois State's owning the paints against the Big Ten team.
And you'd think that would be the opposite with Illinois' size and strength down low. And what they've done is, see what they're able to do is Illinois really playing the passing lanes on the wing. And what I was talking about Illinois to do, entry from the top of the key, that's what Illinois needs to do. Illinois State is doing so far. That's been their bread and butter move down low. And Illinois got to make some adjustments. Got to get some help from the top, from the wings area. They got to sort of split their defender. Ball goes inside. They can double down. And right now, Illinois State able to use their speed and quickness in the paint area.
A great shot there by Tim Sutton, our director, too. You saw Eccles getting good position at 6'7", 230. If he can move Big Ten players around, once he gets into conference play in his own conference, he should have a lot of success. There's a crowd pleaser now. Roger Powell makes sure that one goes down. Powell averaging 13 points over his last 11 games. Last season, comes in averaging 14. Porter Moser likes to stress the defense. Matter of fact, at Arkansas Little Rock, they were last in several Sun Belt Conference defensive categories. And then the next year, they bumped that up to #1 in field goal defense and #2 in scoring defense.
Well, he learned under one of the better defensive coaches in the country, Tony Baroni, who was at Bradley under Dick Versace, and went to Creighton, and they won in Missouri Valley with Porter Moser there. And so he knows what defense, how important it is, and stresses it.
Randall looking inside, telegraphs the pass to Powell. Here comes the Redbirds now. They want to run it. Gidry with the ball. Back over to Eccles, and he misfires. Missed opportunity by the Redbirds that time. Luther Head says, hey, give me the rock. I'll light it up. That's a 3. His second 3 of the ball game. And Illinois crawling back into it, down 23-19. You look at the Fighting Illini as they take the 30-second timeout for Illinois State.
And this is called the delayed transition. They come down in the fast break. It's not there. Perimeter players come on the delayed break. They spot up. Illinois State doing a good job, get back defensively. One of the few transition buckets Illinois has been able to get so far defensively for the Redbirds.
We're inside Assembly Hall. That's the Orange Crush you're looking at. It's the home of the Fighting Illini. Alongside Doug Altenberger, who used to tickle the twine, as they say, here in Assembly Hall. I'm Mike Gleason. Great to have you with us. As The Missouri Valley Conference tries to come in and pull off an upset. 23-19 now. Illinois climbing back into the ball game. You look at Bruce Weber. What he's done, I think, I really like, is you look at that team. Of course, you lose Brian Cook, big scorer last year, but so many players are getting so many minutes. He's really spreading the wealth.
Well, and he's really, you know, they've had a lot of guys miss games for various reasons, and he has really kept this team intact. You lose Darren Williams, and they didn't start off with full strength beginning of the season, and winning that game against Missouri down in St. Louis without Darren Williams and beating a very talented Missouri team. I thought coaching-wise, that's one of the best things I've seen in the last several years. He just did a tremendous job preparing his guys.
Illinois is on the run, but Illinois State continues to try to hold on to Big Mo as Guidry goes up to the line. Here's a guy who Bob Gibbons said he was probably the best pure shooter in the nation coming out of high school from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Knocks down the first free throw. He has 3 in the ball game. Comes in shooting 93% for Coach Moser. Really struggled in his last game. Only hit 2 shots, though, against Southern Illinois. 2 of 14. 1 for 8 from three-point territory. Knocks down both. He has 4 points. And we're inside 8 minutes, so we're going to take a timeout here. As the Fighting Illini of Illinois down early, Roger Powell and company trying to climb back into it. They still trail 25-19.
Let's go.
Redbirds on top 25-19 over the Fighting Illini. Doug, both teams with 5 turnovers, but Illinois State scoring on the Bears.
Yeah, they've got 7 points to 0 to Illinois, and they're doing a good job of doubling the post and the perimeter plays, playing in the passing lanes. See Alexander doing a great job, very active. They're a little bit quicker than Illinois right now, and Redbirds taking advantage of that quickness.
Hungry for the upsets. It's the 7th time these two schools have actually gotten together over the years.
Illinois State, number 15, Matt Miller. Number 1 on Miller, 8 on the Redbirds.
Porter Moser in his first year, 5 turnovers. And as Doug mentioned, Illinois State with 7 points off of those 5 turnovers now, whereas Illinois yet to score. Luther Head going to the stripe for the first time. He's got a couple of threes. 76% shooter from the free throw line.
Yeah, Luther came out and played a great game against UIC a couple days ago. Came out of the box and had 8 points and was 2 out of 3 from the three-point line. So his hot shooting continues. He has 8 points so far here in the first half.
Yeah, last year he closed out last 11 games of the season, shot 48% from behind the arc. So.
Well, he had a hernia, and no one could quite figure it out. I was giving Rod Cardinal a hard time. How can you not find a hernia? But it was sort of wasn't really a hernia, but they able to have the surgery over the summer, and he looks like a new Luther Head like he did his freshman year. Very much more active, very athletic.
Something to do with the pelvic, though, huh? Pelvic problem. He missed like 7 ball games. 5 on the shot clock. Guidry says, hey, I've made those shots before, as he walks down the court, a little disgusted with himself. Trey Guidry. Matter of fact, he was the only rookie to start a game at NC State his freshman year in Raleigh. Matter of fact, one game he came off the bench in 5 or 6 threes against Wake Forest. So this guy can shoot it. Shooting 49% so far this year, despite that poor showing against Southern Illinois. And that's behind the arc.
Right now, Illinois State coming out in the 2-3 zone. And we've got a 3-guard lineup, zone busters out there.
Speaking of a zone buster, Darren Williams still looking for that first point since coming off the bench with the broken jaw. Williams was shooting 45% from the floor when he busted that jaw, and he had was averaging 6.6 assists.
Yeah, no question that offensively he has really excelled under Bruce Weber's motion offense. And at 6'4", 210 pounds, he can create off the dribble and up over the top. And I think another guy here, Roger Powell, again, gives him a lot of freedom on the offensive style. He can go to the basket, he can post up. There's a lot more options for you offensively.
Roger Powell, 64% shooter in conference games last year in the Big Ten. 62 on the year. So, needless to say, he's pretty good down near the basket in the paint. Illinois, a 3 would tie this game up. Williams thought about it. Gives up the rock. Luther Head says, hey, it was in, but it rattled out. Hard to believe that one didn't go down.
Well, it did everything but go in.
Inside 6 minutes now. 25-22. Victory here would push Illinois State back to the 500 mark at 5-5. There's a steal by Head and the reach by Trey Guidry.
Yeah, Illinois does a great job at the top of the key. When you try to step up, when they've got the big fellow Augustine, who is got very agile at 6'10". See how he pops up? Boom, double team. You got a 6'4" guy on top. If you got a 6'10" guy on you, you got to get rid of that basketball very quickly. Against UIC, they did that to Banks and Bailey, and really, they had a difficult time running their offense. So if you screen from the top, be prepared to be double teamed.
Randall coming back in for Bruce Weber now, and D. Brown will take a breather. Luther Head with this free throw will become the first in double figures. There you see his average. And this free throw puts him over his average now. He's in double figures with 10 points this afternoon.
You see Illinois all of a sudden starting to create much more defensively havoc. With confidence, Illinois State right now is a very important stretch of the next 5 minutes trying to handle that basketball.
Yeah, that trapping is where they had so much success against Illinois Chicago. And there's the three. Alexander came out ripping them. Shy on that one.
Quick shot like that, they can get that whenever they want.
So now a bucket here puts Illinois on top as they trail by one. Inside 10 on the shot clock, down to 5 now for Illinois. Williams trying to create off the dribble. Stops, little fade, not quite strong enough. Might be those legs we talked about early after missing 3 games and losing 14 pounds.
Yeah, Mike, and like you said, you know, you can practice all you want, but until you get out there and it's game time in front of 16, 18,000 people, and having him sit out, I know the coaching staff was excited that, conditioning-wise, he's in pretty good shape, but just getting out there in front of people and it's just a whole different environment.
Well, the whistle went against Illinois, much to the chagrin of Bruce Weber and the Fighting Illini faithful here in Assembly Hall.
Yeah, I think all of us are a little confused exactly what was called there.
Bruce Weber, 103 and 54 in 5 years at Southern Illinois. Boy, what a great run his last 2 years. 28 and 8, 24 and 7, a trip to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and even before that, when he was at Purdue, I mean, they 18 years. Out of those 6 times they won the Big Ten championship. I mean, this guy knows what it takes to win and what is necessary in the Big Ten.
Hop, skip, and a jump for Darren Williams. He says, if I'm not hitting the J, I'm taking it to the rack. His first bucket since coming back.
Great defense by Illinois the last 10 minutes. That's what's gotten them back in this game and given them a 1-point lead.
You saw the numbers there, 21-10. Illinois on a run now, and they take the lead on Darren Williams. Little jumper inside the lane, 26-25. Their first lead. Eccles tries to pound his way in. Jump ball called. Possession arrow pointing towards Illinois State.
Yeah, Illinois doing a good. The Redbirds doing a good job taking care of the basketball, but right now they are tired. And with the big boys on the bench, Dilligard and also Arnold on the bench, they don't have much scoring inside, and you're going with some young guys down low. And Burris and Eccles they're big, but they don't have the experience.
Alexander, nice job of using the window there. The usual three-point artist gets his 8th point of the afternoon.
But Illinois State going to that zone because the big fellows, their front lines, all in foul trouble, so they don't have much choice. Illinois needs to take their time offensively, get any shot they want.
But one thing I picked up when I went to Greensboro to watch the North Carolina-Illinois game, now Darren Williams was known as a pass-first guard, but that definitely is not the case anymore.
No, not anymore. I mean, last year I think he respected Cook. He was the option, then D. Brown, and Williams felt like, hey, I got to set these guys up, but he feels like he's the go-to guy right now.
And not that he doesn't look for the assist, obviously averaging over 6 assists a game. Still looking to distribute the rock, but you're right. He's thinking he's the go-to guy. A nice strong shot by Neil Plank. Started his college basketball in the Big Ten playing for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah, Plank and Alexander back there slashing to the bucket. Hit 2 difficult shots with defenders in their face.
Matter of fact, Plank had double figures in 3 of the first 4 games this year. And hasn't hit double figures in the last 5. So Coach Moser decided to sit him, not start him here in Champaign. Augustine with a nice reverse, but it won't go down. Good body control, but this one just rimmed out. Inside 3 minutes, deadlocked at 29 from Champaign, Illinois. These are those dangerous games for the Big Ten schools when you're playing the in-state crowd. And there's the reach. Darren Williams, Bruce Weber says, where was it? I didn't see it.
Yeah, and that was right in front of Coach Weber. He didn't like that call at all. And he's going to let the official know it. But I think, you know, Illinois defensively in the last 10 minutes have really stepped it up in causing turnovers, transition buckets, and getting the fast break going. And I think that's really their key. See, Neil Plank has struggled offensively, and it seems like when things don't go well, then he'd struggle at the free throw line. And they didn't start him. They sat him on the bench, but Redbirds so far, they got to feel pretty good about themselves. With Arnold on the bench, the last 10 minutes, 12 minutes, they're able to play a little even right now. They got to feel good about that.
They fall behind in free throws, under 50%. Battling inside, though, as Chris Burris finally gets his first bucket.
Yeah, Burris has really come in and played some solid minutes for him and played with tremendous intensity. 6'5", 210 pounds. Looks like he's gained a little weight. It's more like 230.
Williams in and out and back in again. Back-to-back threes for the sophomore from the Colony, Texas. Suddenly he has 8 points.
Yeah, that zone is not very good. I don't think Illinois State likes playing the zone, but they don't really have much options right now. And getting a lot of good looks behind the three-point line.
Plank, all-stater right here in the state of Illinois. Feeds off down on the baseline. There's the whistle and the foul against the Fighting Illini.
Yeah, and when the Redbirds can handle that pressure and they take the ball, put it on the floor, cut to the basket, they do a good job. The post players get on that box, and when someone's got to come up and help one of the big men, when they do a good job of feeding it off. And Eccles, again, gets to the free throw line.
Well, Darren Williams with the last 8 points. His last 2 buckets have given the Illini the lead. Now Eccles can tie with the free throw. Shot that one like a brick. A 23% shooter from the line, but a 60% shooter from the floor.
In college basketball, shooting free throws is a lost art. I mean, it's amazing the last 5 or 6 years. See how that fundamental has really dropped off.
Now, G. Eccles, the 6'7", 230-pound junior out of Chicago, hits 1 of 2. But Darren Williams coming off the bench, getting his first minute since breaking his jaw. He has 8 points. This big 3 putting the Fighting Illini in the lead. And right now we are tied at 32 apiece with 1:39 to go. Back won't go for Eccles. Here comes Williams now, and the Fighting Illini inside a minute to play in the first 20 minutes. Whistle as Augustine is limping now. So Augustine will get looked at by the Illinois bench. 52 seconds to go. Coming up at halftime, we'll have scores of other Big Ten games. Of course, first half stats and highlights. And a word from the University of Illinois. All coming up in the next 52 seconds here from Champaign. So with the Big Ten looming just around the corner, James Augustine limps off. He'll be going to the locker room, get that looked at. They can ill afford have that young sophomore get banged up now at this juncture.
That's certainly not a good look. I mean, to see him going down into the tunnel.
Inside, Smith with the open look from 15, shy. Flank rebounds for Illinois State. So tied at 32, just 30 seconds to go. Well, that quick start, the Redbirds obviously not looking intimidated, despite that long winning streak they have at Assembly Hall. Speaking of Illinois, of course. Vince Green stops, steps back. Boy, Powell goes up high to clear. Only 5 seconds to go. They'll have to get this one off quickly. Williams stops. They still, boy, great job of getting the ball to McBride. I thought the time would expire before McBride got the shot off, but Doug, your thoughts on the first 20 minutes?
I thought the Redbirds just played great. I mean, coming into the Assembly Hall, they weren't intimidated, handled the basketball, and I thought University of Illinois didn't play that poorly. They poured it on in the last 5 or 6 minutes defensively. Look for them to step it up again in the second half with that pressure.
Halftime in Champaign, we're deadlocked at 32.
On fire.
Comcast Digital Cable. Thousands of movies and programs to choose from without ever leaving home. Now just $44.99 per month for 12 months. Plus 50% off Stars for 12 months too.
I just don't get it.
Call 1-888-4-BEST-TV today.
Next, Judge Mathis.
We were together for like 6 months.
Miserable 6 months.
Gary's got a bad habit.
He's a pothead.
Oh, you're drunk, so what's the difference?
But Renee is suffering from withdrawal.
In 6 months, you loaned the man nearly $3 grand?
Yeah, I was stupid.
Or drunk, like he said.
She kept insisting that I take the money. He put a stake out in front of the dock. Sooner or later, he's jumping at it, right?
Or you can put a loan out in front of a dog.
Next, Judge Mathis.
Monday at 3 on WCIU.
The walls are down. The energy is turned on high. With new topics, new stories, and a whole new look. Now more than ever, everything on Montel is revolving around you. Circle the time. Montel.
Weekdays at noon on WCIU.
Halftime in Assembly Hall. We are deadlocked after 20 minutes. 32-32, Illinois State and Illinois. Fighting Illini, they've won 30 straight non-conference games. So what else is going on, Mr. Altenberger? As far as the Big Ten Conference, Indiana, that's a tough loss on the threshold of the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah, you always want to go into the Big Ten with a win, and Indiana's still struggling with their chemistry, their lineup.
Second straight year, Syracuse and Michigan State have a high-scoring affair. Syracuse winning the last 2 against Michigan State, this time in the Dome. Wisconsin up in the first half. Elsewhere, other games around the Big Ten Conference. Big Ten, of course, starting up. Iowa at 3 o'clock will tip against Missouri. Usually those two schools have a pretty good battle. Penn State taking on Bucknell, and the Baylor Bears at home against the Purdue Boilermakers. They'll tip that one at 3:30 Eastern Time. We're in Champaign, Illinois. We've played 20 minutes. The Missouri Valley Conference against the Big Ten. The second 20 minutes should be interesting because we are tied at 32.
You know, we could have dropped a bundle of bucks on a big Hollywood director for our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Quality you can taste from Prairie Farms.
You know, insurance can be confusing for most people if they've never had an opportunity to sit down and have it explained to them.
I'm a very good explainer. I explain everything in layman's terms because that's the way I understand things.
I want to make sure my customers understand exactly what they're buying.
We just need to take a little bit of time and explain it to them.
No gimmicks, no frills. I tell you how it is.
You have to really break it down so they can understand.
We have to make sure that our clients know that we can provide real answers.
This is my country.
And let them know there are no stupid questions.
Great devotion to a single purpose. That defines a team. Those who stumble but still find the will to rise up. Risking pain for the chance to stand out from the crowd. And having tasted both victory and defeat, steadily raise expectation. The NCAA Championships on ESPN.
What keeps you from getting the exercise you need? Is it lack of time? Are you afraid of doing something wrong?
Chances are you've seen us talking about the Total Gym before, wondering, is it really as good as they say? The fact is, it's even better than we say.
So what kind of body do you want? Maybe maybe you just want to trim and tone your body.
Or if you want the strength and conditioning of a world-class athlete or a bodybuilder, the Total Gym can help you get there faster than you've ever imagined. So why not give it a try? Believe me, once you try it, you'll be hooked on it. I know, I've used mine for over 20 years.
Now you can own the Total Gym for as little as $29.95 a month charged on your credit card. And Total Gym won't charge you a penny of interest. Our best offer ever.
To order Total Gym, call 1-800-392-5277. That's 1-800-392-5277. Call now.
You know, we could have spent every dime we have in expensive special effects in our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Taste the homemade goodness of Prairie Farms.
It's halftime in Assembly Hall. The Redbirds of Illinois State and the Fighting Illini of Illinois have played 20 minutes with 20 to go. Now this word from the University of Illinois.
This is a wonderful time to be at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign because everybody is pitching in together to really make progress in key intellectual areas that have great societal impact.
Traditionally, academic pursuits are done individually, so we have a faculty member that goes after a problem based on their experience within their discipline. And what we're doing with the cross-campus initiatives is to take a group of smart people from different disciplines, put them together to attack a problem from their own perspectives, but as a group.
One of the fun aspects of this type of environment is that you know that you can go into almost any faculty's office and say, I have a crazy idea. Will you spend 10 minutes? And usually they actually listen, and some of the time they tell you have a crazy idea. Sometimes it actually results in a new collaboration. But the other side of that is that when the random person, student or faculty, comes into your door and says, I have a crazy idea, rather than kicking them out saying, I'm busy, you actually listen.
We're interested in creating learning and living communities on campus in which multiracial democracy is practiced. We want to question what that means as we bring together students from different backgrounds. We want to deal with the complexities and the challenges of figuring out what it takes to work, to live, and learn together.
Without doubt, the most stimulating project I've been associated with in my entire career.
The complexity of the issues that are really facing our society require leveraging intellectual discovery power. We can't just be in our own little silos. We really have to talk together to address what are the critical issues.
The discoveries that happen, the interactions really are unique, and the University of Illinois is really leading the way in universities and really trying to encourage this.
Cross-campus initiatives, another example of the Illinois brand of excellence.
What happens when a neuroscientist and a kinesiologist share ideas? At Illinois, they discovered that exercise reduces brain tissue loss in the elderly. What about engineering and industrial design students? At Illinois, they create a better baby bottle that reduces tooth decay. And experts in physiology, engineering, and speech and hearing? At Illinois, they design hearing aids that filter background noise.
Hey, Pat, nice to see you.
Interdisciplinary research. It's the Illinois brand of excellence.
Big Ten fans embody the spirit of college basketball.
They're on top of it right from the get-go. That's what makes it so exciting.
The fans are going wild and they're screaming and yelling.
The place erupts. That's what's very, very special about our conference.
Whatever it takes, they're going to be at the games cheering for their team. It's a phenomenal atmosphere every night in Big Ten basketball.
The important thing is with fans is that they let the team know that they're behind them, and I think that's what fans are for, and I think that's what sportsmanship is all about.
We have the greatest attendance in the nation. We appreciate the fans. They should be proud of that.
Root your team on, and again, be passionate, be loyal, but do it in a way that's respectful.
So do your part the next time you cheer from the stands.
Show good sportsmanship and respect the fans.
The officials.
And the great tradition that is Big Ten basketball.
Big Ten basketball. Good sports make great fans.
Cheering for their team.
And while the coaches make their halftime adjustments, Chief Illini makes his traditional appearance here in Assembly Hall. Halftime, we are deadlocked at 32 apiece. When we come back, we'll check out the first half highlights and stats right after this.
And the interest rate's not too shabby either. Hurry. Special 3.9% APR financing on all new Honda models ends January 5th.
You'd never mistake the Parkers for a couple of rocket scientists.
You want to go up to the observatory and check out the meteor shower?
Oh, I just got my hair done.
So why are they suddenly entering the academic Olympics?
On 3, Santa Monica.
1, 2...
Santa Monica!
Get ready to experience the thrill of victory.
Someone who talks in his sleep.
That's the right answer. But you forgot to press the button.
And the agony of defeat.
Today at 5 on WCIU.
This week on Stoogapalooza, see what the boys in the back room will have.
Look at all the beer we got.
Learn why alcohol and Stooges don't mix. Join me, Rich Cove, tonight at 7 for Three Stooges Stoogapalooza. Only on WCIU, Channel 26, The U. This week on Svengoolie, get grabbed by the crawling hand.
Something makes my arm move. Says me do things. Kill.
It's on Svengoolie, tonight at 9 on WCIU.
Back inside Assembly Hall, Illinois State and Illinois. They played 20 minutes, and they are deadlocked at 32 alongside Doug Altenberger. I'm Mike Gleason, and great to have you with us for the Saturday afternoon matinee. Well, Doug, 20 minutes in, can the Redbirds sustain for 40 minutes?
Well, that's the question. Can their big fellas stay out of foul trouble? They shot 54% in the first half, took care of the basketball, played, half-court defense, executed well offensively, and they're tied against Illinois, one of the top teams in the country.
All right, let's take a look at the country insurance and financial first half highlights.
Well, we talked about the Redbirds. It started with the outside. Alexander was really hot from the perimeter. That caused the inside, and Arnold had 7 points in only 8 minutes, got in foul trouble, but he was a factor down low and made his presence known. In Illinois, they really struggled offensively, got some free looks inside, but those were rare, Powell. But when Darren Williams came off the bench, 2 for 3 from three-point land, he seems to settle his team down offensively, and they needed all those points from the perimeter. Looks like he, even though he's had 21 days off, looks like he didn't have much rust on there. He looks very sharp offensively.
And time now for the College Illinois first half stats.
And the stats you see there, again, good field goal pursuit by the Redbirds, but the thing you don't see there, only 5 assists for Illinois. This is the team that led the country in assists last year, averaged 18 a game, and so they're having a hard time distributing that basketball. Give the Redbirds defensive credit.
You know, Doug Porter Moser watching his team shoot 54%, but free throws only 4 for 9, and don't forget that a few of those were on the front end of the bonus situation.
Well, and the key for Illinois, too, is three-point field goals. 5 for 12. That's really kept them in the game so far. Points in the paint, you'd think that'd be opposite. You'd think Illinois would have 16, Illinois and 6. So Bruce Weber, I'm sure, at halftime, making those adjustments, getting the ball inside.
Well, tied at 32. We'll be back to see what transpires in the next 20 minutes here from Champaign, Illinois. Should be interesting.
Tuition secured. Your kids have it made when tuition's prepaid.
As your kids get bigger, tuition grows too. But don't worry, we're here to help you.
Stop tuition inflation with College Illinois prepaid education.
Buy it now, and your kids' tuition is safe. When they're ready, it can be used any place.
Rest assured, tuition secured. Your kids have it made when tuition's prepaid.
I love my job because I get to work with people. I totally consider my clients friends. I appreciate it when they actually ask me over for dinner.
I feel if you don't know a person personally, then how do you know what insurance they're really going to need?
We are real people. We all have the same goals, we have the same ambitions, and some of the same fears.
We definitely think of the client in personal terms.
When they trust you and they like you and you've helped them, it makes me feel great.
This is my country.
Call me anytime.
Own a timeshare? Sell it for cash. Own a campground membership? Sell it for cash. In the last 6 months, over $1 billion in vacation timeshares have been sold industry-wide. Now's the perfect time to buy, sell, or rent your property for cash. Call right now for your free information kit to buy, sell, or rent your timeshare or campground membership for cash. Plus, be one of the next 200 callers, and we'll include 10 secrets to buy or sell your timeshare by Century 21 Vacation Properties. It's only available from this special TV offer. Don't wait until you have to pay another maintenance fee or tax bill. Call now and turn your timeshare into cash. Be one of the next 200 callers for your free information kit, and we'll include 10 secrets to buy or sell your timeshare by Century 21 Vacation Properties. Buy, sell, or rent your timeshare for cash. Call now. Don't wait to pay another maintenance fee or tax bill. It's a free call, so call now.
Call 800-410-9907. That's 800-410-9907 for this limited time exclusive TV offer.
Well, Darren Williams got tired of sipping soup for 21 days. He was chomping at the bit to play some basketball, and he had a pretty good first half for Illinois.
Boy, he sure did. I mean, he stepped up offensively. Coming off the bench, hit some big threes when his team was struggling offensively. You see the leading scorers. Luther had, again, continuing to shoot the ball well, extremely from the outside. And same thing with the Redbirds. Alexander set that tone early, and Arnold was able to really prosper after that perimeter opened up. He got the ball inside, and he was able to score. And Williams, again, he only played 13 minutes, and we were laughing about that because Coach Bruce Weber said, well, we're only going to play maybe 15 if we're lucky. Well, he's already got 13.
So he has 2 more, plus Augustine's banged up, right?
Yeah, and Augustine, they taped him up, and they're going to try to bring him back out here in the second half, but he twisted his ankle, landed on a Redbird.
Well, the last time the Redbirds beat a ranked opponent, you got to go back to December of '87. It was a Big Ten team. Iowa ranked number 14. Went down 89-88. Since then, they lost 13 straight to ranked foes, and right now the Fighting Illini ranked number 19. James Augustine, the lefty, the sophomore left, went to the training room early in the first half, or late in the first half, before the first half expired, I should say. And Doug, you had the update on him.
Yeah, again, landed on someone in the Redbirds, ran on the foot, twisted his ankle. Not a severe sprain. Going to try to bring him back out, taped it up, see if how it's going to feel. And right now he's already limping a little bit, and just got to sort of work through it. It's one of those when you ankle sprain, best thing is just get back out there.
Yeah.
And halftime probably didn't treat him that well because it tends to tighten up. But hopefully the next 2 or 3 minutes as he gets going, blood gets going down in there, he loosen up a little bit.
Second half underway from Champaign. You know, D. Brown on the backcourt now, or in the backcourt with Darren Williams for the first time, starting a half since Williams went down with a broken jaw against Maryland Eastern Shore. You know, you look at D. Brown, he did a lot of scoring, of course, over the summer. He had a 47-point game against Lithuania, playing for the U.S. team. Now, without getting jiggy here, I know the Illinois fans say let's not hit the panic button, but he shot a couple of air balls. What do you think he's doing with his offense that he hasn't been so productive shooting the rock?
Well, I think the difference between, you see Darren Williams there, who's very confident, is going up, getting good rotation on that basketball. Good shooters have good rotation. Right now, D. Brown probably needs to do some extra jump shots, keep working on that, and really work on his fundamentals, because I think his shot right now is a little bit off. You know, where it's coming from is the fundamentals. Not getting a good flip, not getting a good rotation.
And that comes from a pure shooter? Are you a scorer or a shooter?
Well, I don't know what I was. just trying to get the ball in the hole. That's all I try to do. But again, when you're struggling with your outside shot, see right there, Luther is just going up, very confident, and that's really the key. Getting a good rotation on that basketball, and you can just see when it comes off those fingers, it's going right for the back of the rim.
But Corey Bradford probably had the prettiest jump shot I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, there you see Augustine right now. Earlier in the first half, he would have cut that off right there, struggling against, see that ankle already starting to affect him.
Alexander's got some rotation. He had 2 threes in the first half. That's his third. He's in double figures with 11 points.
Now, see, this is the type of game I like. Everybody's shooting threes. Ball doesn't go inside too much.
The big guys don't want to hear that. Williams, a little shy again. And the rebound goes to Marcus Arnold.
Yeah, Augustine is not 100% right now. He's coming down the floor. He's probably looks maybe more like 70%. And he's really struggling with favoring his left ankle. He's really favoring that right side.
Go back to the game plan. Get it down in the paint to Marcus Arnold. He walked with a basketball, so we're coming back the other way.
Yeah, and Arnold's got to recognize that Augustine really doesn't have that mobility. Don't try to track him. Go right at him, go around him. He's not going to be able to move very laterally. There you see him sort of gingerly moving around on that ankle.
So Darren Williams slowly, methodically takes it up for Illinois now, tied at 35. As Illinois hoping to get to 9-2 to close out the non-conference schedule, with Ohio State coming into Champaign to open up the Big Ten campaign on Wednesday night. Powell puts the ball on the floor, explodes into the lane and scores.
Yeah, I like this lineup Illinois got right in. They've got the 3-guard lineup with D. Brown, Darren Williams, and Luther had the 3 guards. You got quickness. You can do a lot of things defensively. You can switch, double team, really create a lot of havoc.
There's a reach on Augustine.
Yeah, anytime you go over the top and you extend your hand down, you're going to get called for that. Augustine knows that. That's sort of like you can go up there and just flip that thing away. Don't bring your hand down, and that's officials will call that every time.
Should take the shot there for Bruce Weber. I'm not sure if all of his practices are open to the public or not, Doug, but as a former Illini, you should talk to him about this, but his practices as Arnold gets inside and scores again, very entertaining. And not so much because he's in the faces of his players like a lot of coaches are, but he makes it competitive. He has these little contests throughout practices. I sat here yesterday and I was thoroughly entertained.
Well, when you've got a deep team like Illinois does, you can split them up and you can make guys pay the difference. There is a hooking on Augustine, 2 quick fouls.
It's 3 now.
And now he's got his 3rd foul, like you said, Mike. So he goes in there, hooks that arm, extends that arm around, but really doesn't get much of an advantage there. Wasn't really going anywhere. And gets called for the foul. And
so the turnover picture, 7-6 to Illinois State. They come in only averaging 14.5 turnovers a game, which isn't bad considering the fact they're a game under 500.
And give credit to this guy, Vince Green. He has really played some good minutes at the point guard position. He's got 3 turnovers, but other than that, he's done a good job with entry passes going in there. That was a tough pass, but did a good job of handling the rock, settling his team down offensively, and able to run some half-court sets.
Yeah, that pass had telegraph written all over it, huh? Inside, little backdoor left hand, and it goes for Marcus Arnold.
Yeah, it's time for Nick Smith to step up. You've got Augustine hurt with an ankle. He's got to play some good minutes. He struggled against UIC. He's got to come in and get out of this funk. Just play hard. Don't worry about all the other stuff offensively.
Powell kicks it out to D. Brown. D. Brown, the 4th consecutive Illinois player to receive preseason Big Ten Player of the Year honors. Following Corey Bradford, Frank Williams, and Brian Cook. Inside, Powell spins. And he almost finished that one, showing some strength.
Yeah, that's the difference between a guy who's a freshman and maybe an upperclassman. He's got that upper body to try to finish that shot off.
So 15:57 to go in the second half here from Champaign. Illinois State still holding on to the lead, albeit narrow. 39-37. Marcus Arnold averaging 15. He has 9 thanks to that bucket right there.
On the next Ripley's Believe It or Not, can this father and son survive a 350-mile race through the Alaskan wilderness on bicycles? And lowriders face off to see whose car can grab the most air. Plus, at 49 inches, this 19-year-old holds the world's record for the longest legs. Amazing. On the next Ripley's Believe It or Not, Monday at 8 on WCIU.
It's Independence Day all over again.
What the hell is going on?
Something has invaded our solar system.
Is there anything we can do?
Something we never believed possible.
First contact with another world.
But do they come in peace?
Why do they want to destroy our satellite?
Or are they here for war?
If we don't fight now, this thing will be over before it even starts.
Robert Foxworth must make the ultimate decision.
Mr. President, we're running out of time.
On the next Outer Limits.
Sunday at 5 on WCIU.
When a young couple is kidnapped,
We have 5 days to find those kids.
a serial killer is the only one who knows the truth.
Obtain this information through psychic transmissions.
Not what you want.
Is he looking to help
We're running out of time.
The boy is tied with wine.
or to claim another victim?
It is a dark place. All are looking in on it right now.
Federal agent!
Sunday at 6 on WCIU Channel 26, The U.
No wonder we have another sellout crowd here at Assembly Hall. They start very, very young, becoming an Illinois fan. 39-37, the Fighting Illini ranked number 19, trailing Illinois State, who led the nation, incidentally, in three-point shooting last year, despite the 8-21 finish.
And that guy right there, Greg Alexander, 3 for 5 from behind that three-point line. So if you're Illinois, you got to know where he is, especially when the ball goes inside. Arnold's looking for him in the perimeter. He struggled against Southern Illinois, 0 from 6 from the three-point line, but he's not struggling today.
Powell gets inside with the equalizer again as Powell picks up his 9th point. Averages 14.
And I know it doesn't look real pretty on television, but Illinois needs to get the ball inside. They just need to be patient, take advantage of what they've got inside. Even with Augustine on the bench, they still have that ability to get the ball inside.
Alexander had the open look, didn't go down. Here comes D. Brown. Finds the open Luther Head. And Head is shooting for his 4th three-point play. And they say that touched the top of the backboard. I'm not so sure the Illinois fans agree with that. But nonetheless, we're coming back the other way. Illinois State basketball. That guy doesn't believe it.
No, he's taking the jacket off. We're in the second half. 15 minutes to go. It's a tie ball game.
Might have touched the clock.
Yeah, it touched the clock. And from our angle, you can see a little bit better. No question. And we've got a ball game right here. The Redbirds are playing hard, and their confidence is up.
Tied at 39. Illinois can take the lead. Williams gave them the lead twice in the first half. There's Williams. Hop, skip, and the jump. A little bit too strong. Nice move, though.
That looked like an NBA move right there. I was looking for a travel call. There was nothing there.
And count that one. Vince Green now, his first bucket of the second half, his second of the ball game.
I mean, right now, he is playing a solid ball game for the point guard for the Redbirds. He's handling the block. He's D. Brown, Darren Williams, Luther Head. They're all trying to wear him out. And he's lucky to weigh 155 pounds there, and he's holding up pretty good right now.
Well, he was runner-up in the Catholic League in Chicago for Player of the Year honors. Andre Brown, who's now at DePaul, beat him out. There's the pick. Alexander gets it to go, and he has a chance for the three-point play.
These guys are not going to go away. Alexander is come out and ready to play today. Porter-Moser's got these guys mentally ready. They're not intimidated, and they have really played well here. Again, cross-court pass, great anticipation by Alexander, and he's just playing a whale of game so far.
Strong finish, too. He knew the foul was coming, and he finished it. He has 13 now with a chance for 14. He played for his dad, Neil, in Lincoln, Illinois, 2,000-point scorer. And he has 14. That's pretty good considering the last 7 games, Doug. He was shooting 29%. He was 11 of 38 coming in.
I mean, Redbirds are just shooting 56% so far in the game, and they've only got 7 turnovers, and they're just doing all the little things right now, and you can just see this team's confidence is just rising after every possession.
Augustine doesn't go down with the left-handed hook. 44-39. Redbirds with a chance to build on the lead now.
Yeah, good look by Illinois. They weren't able to convert it, but August, they get what they want, just not able to put it down.
Fighting Illini. Watching.
Wow, this is unbelievable. They are on fire.
So Goodry knocks down his 29th three of the season. The former NC State sharpshooter.
I mean, they are playing with emotion right now. This is a tough shot, and boom. Open for a split second. He knocks it down.
Had some great elevation on that three. 47 now, 39, Illinois State.
You know, we could have spent an absolute fortune to get a big-name celebrity in our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Quality you can taste from Prairie Farms.
You probably only need one good reason to talk to Shelter. Insurance for your car, home, business, boat, farm, or life. But we can give you more than 1,300 reasons to talk to us. They're the same reasons why so many of our customers are so satisfied with their policies. Shelter agents. When we started in 1946, our agents all agreed on one thing. The only kind of service that counts is the personal kind. There's no better way to do business.
Every day you're faced with choices. Some affect your livelihood, like which grass herbicide to use. You want one that works hard in the spring, but leaves you with lots of choices later on. That's why you want Option Corn Herbicide. It controls all your major grasses and key broadleaves. And Option gives you choices, like using MSO, the high-performance adjuvant that makes all your post-herbicides perform better. That kind of freedom can really pay off down the road. Option, grass control that puts you in control.
I have to read the Wall Street Journal every day. If I don't, I feel I've missed something.
There's stuff that I read about, articles about large businesses or small businesses, and the things that they're doing to succeed. And then I try and take that and apply that to my little company.
The most surprising thing about the Journal, I like to read it.
Get early morning delivery of the Journal for just 45 cents a day. That's 50% off the regular rate. Call 800-238-5300. That's 800-238-5300 for the Wall Street Journal.
You know, we could have blown an enormous budget building big, elaborate sets for our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Taste the homemade goodness of Prairie Farms.
The Redbirds of Illinois State on top of the big boys of the state, 47-39. Now, Guidry was 2 of 14 against Southern Illinois. Greg Alexander, 11 of 38 over his last 7 ball games. Picked a good time, Doug, to warm up here.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, they are on a run, Illinois State. Tremendous confidence. Illinois turns the basketball over. Again, 15-4 last 4 minutes and 45 seconds. So, boy, these guys are playing impressive minutes so far. I mean, they've played a great game.
8-0 over the last minute.
And you figure at halftime, I mean, the timeout there, Illinois come out a little bit sharper execution-wise, and they turn the ball over again.
Looking inside for Eccles. Eccles started his college career at Missouri. Guidry started at North Carolina State. Down to 3 on the shot clock. On the baseline, the little runner doesn't go, didn't touch iron. So there's a shot clock violation. We're coming back the other way.
And Mike, that's what this team needs to do. They need to play good, solid defense. The fans applaud them there. And that's what, but they cannot trade three-point baskets with the Redbirds. They've got to get it down and dirty, get it inside, plays good, solid defense in there, and get back in this game.
And another turnover. Here come the Redbirds now. Can't score if you miss the opportunity. Strong finish that time by Chris Burris.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Smith's got to figure out whether he wants to be out there or not. He's turning the basketball over, going through the motions, and he's got to play a little bit tougher, a little more tenacity.
Here's McBride, the freshman, who's really been playing lights out. McBride has yet to score here today. D. Brown off the dribble. He's fouled. He'll be going to the line.
And that was a tough shot. I mean, nothing's coming easy for Illinois on the offensive end. Redbirds doing a good job staying at home, not going for the, not going for the steals as much, playing at home now with the lead up by 10.
L.T. Brown at the stripe. 49-39. Largest lead since it was 15-5, now 49-40. As D. Brown picks up his 6th point. Fighting Illini of Illinois closing out the non-conference schedule. Losses to Providence and North Carolina in the Big Ten ACC Challenge.
Right now, the key for Illinois, I think, is Roger Powell. They got to get him the basketball, but make him something happen offensively. He can get to that basket, create some havoc defensively for the Redbirds.
Green kicks it out. Guidry, open 3.
Wow,
yes.
I mean, that's good defense. Great distribution of the basketball, and Guidry is feeling it.
Brown comes right back and answers. So a couple of free throws and a field goal back-to-back. Buckets more or less. 9 points for Brown, 52-43. It's a 9-point game. The last 3 put Guidry in double figures. Last touch by Illinois. So it stays Redbird basketball. But Trey Guidry, who had 63 of the trays last year for the Redbirds, knocks down another one, 52-43.
You'd never buy a car that used to look like this. Or would you? After repairs, it's hard to tell the difference. At CarMax, we'd never sell you this car, but others might. Our ASE certified technicians put every used vehicle through a 125-point inspection. And if a car has flood or frame damage, we won't sell it. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
On Walker, Texas Ranger. A deadly dream.
Lately, I've been having this feeling, like something bad was going to happen.
To me? And a nightmare narcotic.
You gotta put a stop to this stuff before it works its way down to the masses, man.
Point toward danger.
Just try to be extra careful, especially around Trebet.
Trebet? On the next Walker, Texas Ranger.
Sunday at 3 on WCIU. The laugh's on you. WCIU. So laugh along with the Hughleys at 5.
What'd you do with the kids?
I sold them on eBay. Steve Harvey at 5:30.
Your mama's so short, she gotta cuff her panties.
The Parkers at 6.
Good spanking to set me straight.
And the Fresh Prince at 6:30.
That was Larry us.
Weeknights from 5 to 7, the laugh's on you. WCIU. Meet the king.
Doug?
Yes. His queen.
Shut up!
And the father.
Hello, darling. It's your daddy.
Weeknights at 9 and 10. Get 2 doses of the king. One at 9.
One makes me go like this.
And another at 10.
The other one like this.
So how's that sound?
All great all the time.
The King of Queens. Weeknights at 9 and 10 on Channel 26, The U.
Back in Assembly Hall, the president there of the Illinois States all smiles as his team leads 52-43 with 11:21 to go in the ball game. Illinois trying to make it 5 straight. Illinois State trying to snap a 2-game skid. They get it into their big score now. Guidry finds the open guy. Burris scores again. He's got a couple of buckets this half. 54-43, up to 11 now.
I mean, if you're playing defense, you got to know where Guidry is. And Randall, who's a freshman, is guarding him, but you cannot let him get open like that. He does a good job of taking it to the hole and everybody's conversion on him, and able to get that open guy along the post.
You know, Guidry, as Bob Gibbons said, is probably the best pure shooter coming out in high school. I wonder if his dad was a big fan, and that's why they named him Trey. I mean,
hey, if you're named Trey, you got to shoot the 3, right?
Yeah, you have to. T-R-E-Y. And he can light it up from 3-point territory. Another 3 right now might be very dangerous to Illinois' health now as we approach the 10-minute mark. 54-43. Boy, D. Brown really putting the stop on defensively. Porter Moser trying to become the first coach and player to win conference championships in the Missouri Valley Conference. Let's take a look at the balanced stats flash.
Again, we talk about the second half. It's Illinois State continuing with the hot shooting. They shot 54% in the first half. And the key stat there is those 3-point field goals. Illinois State 3 for 5. And Mike, like you said, one of the best in the country behind that 3-point line. Illinois, after going 5 for 10 in the first half, they're struggling behind that 3-point line.
We're in Assembly Hall in Champaign, Illinois, the home of the Fighting Illini. Illinois entertaining the Redbirds of Illinois State. Alongside Doug Altenberger, I'm Mike Gleason. Certainly delighted to have you with us this afternoon. And it's been a very entertaining basketball game right now, especially if you're a Redbird fan. And you got to think of Roger Powell's dad's probably sitting at home watching this ball game with mixed feelings. Of course, he starred in Illinois State.
Well, we know who Mom's rooting for. She's got the jersey on. There's no question there. But
Burris goes high for the rebound on the offensive end. And the jump ball, possession arrow, points this way, so we keep it down on Illinois State territory. There's Roger's mother. So she's all Fighting Illini. And dad, of course. I liked what his dad said in a recent article, saying that he doesn't go to all the games because he doesn't need his son knowing that dad's breathing down his neck. I really respected that statement.
I want to tell you, Roger Powell is a class kid. I mean, he is what you see is what you get. He works very hard, goes to class. I mean, just a well-rounded kid. He's not a kid, but Roger and his mom ought to be very proud of him. He's represents the University of Illinois very well.
Dad said that when he first started teaching him how to play basketball, he used the word tender with him. And Roger Jr., the son, said, "Hey, Dad, you got to be tough with me." And so he broke his nose one time. And you come home, and how do you answer to the missus when your son comes in with a broken nose? He's turned out to be a good basketball player. I love the way he finished too. Last year, he shot 64% in conference games, and the coaching staff they kind of looked at him as a tweener too with his size. He plays his heart out. Augustine with the left hand doesn't go down, but he's fouled.
Yeah, there's a good example of Illinois being patient offensively, not looking to shoot that quick jump shot from the perimeter. They get what they want, get the ball inside. Arnold, who got in foul trouble early, and the Redbirds doing a little better job defensively, being very consistent. What you talked about, Mike, Porter Moser's done a good job with a game plan, and I think defensively, he's gotten the most out of this young Redbird team, and he just needs 9.5 more minutes to go. And defensively, whether his team can hold up under the physical pounding Illinois has given him so far.
Augustine with 4 double-doubles this year. That's only his 4th point now. We're inside 10 minutes of the ball game. And it's catch-up time now for D. Brown and company. And defense is going to have to be the name of the game for the Fighting Illini now with 9:26 to go.
And there is an example of Nick Smith, 7'2", tallest guy on the floor, able to steal the ball and looks for D. Brown, cut to the basket. And maybe this is the spark that Illinois needs here to get going. Because so far they've been pretty flat in the game. Energy-wise, you've got to give the edge to Illinois State.
So Brown, who had 47 against Lithuania this summer, also averaged 22 on the Scandinavian tour. He's in double figures with 10. Comes in averaging about 12 points a ball game. Boy, last year in conference games in the Big Ten, he had 76 assists, only 25 turnovers. That in itself is impressive, but the fact that he's a rookie point guard in the Big Ten is really impressive.
Well, and its second part of the Big Ten season, there was nobody more clutch cargo than this guy. I mean, when Illinois needed a big bucket, D. Brown would step up.
And speaking of stepping up, he has 11 points, 6 of the 11 coming in the second half now for Bruce Weber. 54-47, 9-17 and counting. Well, D. Brown's locked up now on Trey Guidry. Remember last year he locked up guys like Daniel Horton, Raymond Felton of North Carolina. Matter of fact, he was the first Illinois rookie to win Big Ten Player of the Week honors. And we're down to 7 again. Tough time getting that offense going, but Arnold's there for the slam.
I mean, Vince Green is just playing a monster of a game. You're going to look Sunday, open the sports page, and you're going to see only maybe 1 or 2 buckets, but this guy has really done a good job offensively handling the rock for his team.
So with 8.5 minutes to go, good test here for Illinois as far as facing adversity. Good double team down on the low block to Augustine. Good swing around. Luther head a little bit shy. There's the 5'9". Vince Green to pull it down for Illinois State.
And the Redbirds playing great defense. Ball goes in the post to do a good job of collapsing, but then they spread it out, and they're going to give up that 3-point shot right now until Illinois can knock it down.
And of course, Illinois State, no hurry. They got to work looking for Arnold inside, but every second.
Another tough shot. This guy's putting on an exhibit down low. I mean, he's just facial.
13 now for Arnold. He had double figures in his first 7 games, but not in his last 2. So the last couple of ball games, the entire team has really struggled getting the ball to go down. Nick Smith there for the 7-2.
Nick throws it down with some authority right now. Green for the Redbirds trying to slow his team down a little bit offensively.
58-49, but they've been trading buckets. Illinois needs a run. Arnold. Almost got it to go down. Strong shot. Eccles is there. It goes off his foot. It's Illinois basketball. There's a timeout on the floor, 7:15 to go in the ball game, 58-49. As the Redbirds of Illinois State weaving through traffic, Marcus Arnold hasn't reached his average yet, but they have the lead.
Rest assured, tuition secured. Your kids have it made when tuition's prepaid.
As your kids get bigger, tuition grows too. But don't worry, we're here to help you.
Stop tuition inflation with College Illinois prepaid education.
Buy it now, and your kids' tuition is safe. When they're ready, it can be used any place.
Rest assured, tuition secured. Your kids have it made when tuition's prepaid.
This field was treated with Balance Pro herbicide.
It sat there for 15 days without a drop of rain, and the weeds came up again.
And then it rained, and Recharge got them like that.
We know because this is our field.
Since 1999, Balance Pro has been used successfully on more than 21 million acres. That's the power of Recharge.
What keeps you from getting the exercise you need? Is it lack of time? Are you afraid of doing something wrong?
Chances are you've seen us talking about the Total Gym before, wondering, is it really as good as they say? The fact is, it's even better than we say.
So what kind of body do you want? Maybe you just want to trim and tone your body.
Or if you want the strength and conditioning of a world-class athlete or a bodybuilder, the Total Gym can help you get there faster than you've ever imagined. So why not give it a try? Believe me, once you try it, you'll be hooked on it. I know, I've used mine for over 20 years.
Now you can own the Total Gym for as little as $29.95 a month charged on your credit card. And Total Gym won't charge you a penny of interest. Our best offer ever.
To order Total Gym, call 1-800-392-5277. That's 1-800-392-5277. Call now.
Well, the Orange Crush still on their feet, but only 7:15 to go, and Illinois trailing Illinois State at this juncture, 58-49. Most of the games, well, all but one played right here in Champaign. Illinois leading 6-0, but there's always that time for a first. And right now, the Redbirds could be 7 minutes and 12 seconds away.
Yeah, Illinois hasn't lost a non-Big Ten game in the state school since 1990. It was against UIC, so consecutive game streak of 29 wins is at risk right now.
Yeah, heck, you go back the last 3 years in this building, they're 43-1. The only team to beat Illinois was Michigan State back in 2002. And last year you saw Illinois hold Michigan State to 40 points here.
Oh, that was a big bucket for Illinois. Darren Williams answered the call in the first half. He steps up and hits a big bucket for him.
He has 11 in the ball game, down to 6 now. See if the Redbirds can answer as Illinois pushes that defense, or the defense pushing that offense further out on the floor. So it's up to the 5'9" Vince Green to get this Redbird offense in motion. Guidry thought about it.
But good defense by Illinois.
Down to 4 again, and Alexander knew the shot clock was down to 3, took his eyes off the basketball and caromed off his hands. So 58-52. Very quickly, other scores. Syracuse beating Michigan State for the 2nd straight year. Wisconsin all over Charleston now in the 2nd half. Missouri on top of Iowa. That one in Missouri. Of course, Illinois with a victory over Missouri this year. Augustine. Powell was down on the baseline. Wanted the backdoor cut. He was wide open. Augustine didn't see him. So now Illinois down to 6 on their shot clock. Darren Williams will have to create off the dribble.
Oh,
bring it up.
Another
for the sophomore from Texas. 14.
Wow, 21 days off. You wouldn't know. He just steps up and hits 2 big buckets for Illinois, back to back.
Down 4. Guidry deep.
Oh, another. That was a huge 3. He hit that from the bench. Boy, both teams really playing well down the stretch.
And you didn't even have to pay to get in this.
Oh, that was a tough shot.
And Green comes up with a basketball.
Boy, he's played great defense on D. Brown, too. I mean, he has really played one heck of a game.
And now we're inside 5 minutes, 61-54. Vince Green trying to get it inside to Arnold. Arnold puts the ball on the floor. Wow. Off the glass. Arnold scores again. He has 15 points, but it's 63-54, back to 9 for Porter Moser.
And Augustine's got 3 fouls. Arnold knows that. He's going to attack him, and Augustine's got to give ground. Someone's got to help him out when the ball goes inside.
Williams off the dribble.
Who's going to make that one?
I thought it was going in at first, too. 63-54. Let's get back to the Big Ten Conference now. Indiana closes out their non-conference schedule with a loss in Bloomington, losing to Temple by 9. Penn State trailing Bucknell by 2. And, of course, the Big Ten season getting ready to rev up.
And you know what? The Big Ten hasn't done too well today. Might be a bad omen for Illinois. Michigan State losing, and, well, Wisconsin's up, but...
Oh, Darren Williams knocks down both, so he has 16. He averaged just under 13 points a game before breaking his jaw in the 7th game of the season. Augustine checks out. So now, fighting Illini at 4:28, going with Brown and Williams in the backcourt. Powell, Smith, and Luther Head on the front line. Look at the three-point shooting now. 6 of 11 on foreign territory.
Bruce Weber takes out Augustine. Augustine's got 3 fouls and rotates Smith down on Arnold, who's only got 2 fouls. Look for Augustine to go back in on offense.
There's a double dribble. Costly turnover for the Redbirds. And Porter Moser says, hey, that's okay, guys. Up 63-56. Let's go down, play some tough defense.
Again, if you're Illinois, you want to get that ball into the hot man's hands, and that's this guy right here, Darren Williams.
Saw the numbers there with turnovers. Both teams doing a great job protecting the basketball up to this point. Head with the crossover, and the runner on the baseline is not going to go. And they whistle before the shot. It would have been waved off anyway, but Luther Head is going to the free throw line.
Boy, Powell was wide open down low. Luther had the edge on him, but I'd like to see him get some touches inside.
Timeout on the floor. Trey Guidry, the one-time NC State sharpshooter, is ringing it up from deep. Guidry with 13, 63-56 Redbirds.
CarMax thinks selling your car should be simple. Selling a car to CarMax is completely separate from the buying process. You get a free appraisal with no strings attached, because CarMax will buy your car even if you don't buy one of ours. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
We'll be right back. Come on down to...
CarMax.com makes car shopping quick and easy with actual prices, photos, and details on over 20,000 cars nationwide. You can search for cars without missing a play. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
Daryl Hughley is a brother from the hood living in the burbs.
And here we are.
He's got a supportive wife.
Tell Big Daddy what a great lover he is.
And 2 loving kids.
Daddy got a ticket.
Daddy got a belt and a temper, too.
For him, a man's home...
You want to put the knife down, Mrs. Bobby?
...is his hassle.
If you want something, why don't you do what I did when I was your age?
They have video cameras in liquor stores now.
Watch the Hughleys.
Weeknights at 5 and 11:30 on WCIU. Channel 26, The U.
They may be the kings of comedy.
Diana Ross told me I could touch her in the morning.
But they're the original bad boys, too.
You know the word on the street is that you're funky.
Steve Harvey.
What's wrong with y'all? This ain't lean on me.
And Cedric the Entertainer.
I can't go to jail. Not with this soft skin and these boyish good looks.
They're bad.
Bam! Steve Hightower is back!
The Steve Harvey Show.
Weeknights at 5:30 and 11 on WCIU Channel 26, The U.
This week on Stoogapalooza, see what the boys in the back room will have.
Look at all the beer we got.
Learn why alcohol and Stooges don't mix. Join me, Rich Cove, tonight at 7 for 3 Stooges Stoogapalooza. Only on WCIU Channel 26, The U. This week on Svengoolie, get grabbed by the crawling hand.
Something makes my arm move. Sends me to things. Chill.
It's on Svengoolie, tonight at 9 on WCIU.
3:50 left in the ball game. Illinois stayed on top 63-56, and they continue to shoot the rock very well.
Yeah, there you see 60% for the game, 54 and in the second half. I mean, I don't think I've seen a team play this well in the Assembly Hall in a long time. I mean, Illinois State, I don't know what's been happening those first 9 games, but boy, they have just played with tremendous courage this afternoon.
Last game for Illinois, they pulled out 52 rebounds. It was a +16 margin. Right now, they're getting out-rebounded. Darren Williams taking things into his own hands. 18 now for the sophomore from Texas. And it's a 5-point game with 3:34 to go.
Right here, they've got to get some stops and play good, sound, fundamental defense. Don't take too many gambles or risks out there.
You saw the numbers in the paint.
Arnold is just working over Smith. I mean, great clear out. I mean, he's just, going into the woodshed and just wearing out Nick Smith. This was, I mean, he just moves him out. 6'8", 240 pounds, and he finishes it off. That's quite impressive for the sophomore.
He has 3 20-point efforts already this year. This free throw would give him 18 for the ball game. So he's stuck on 17. It's a 7-point deficit for Illinois.
I mean, we talked in the open, everything flows through him. He was able to dominate inside, and that opened up the perimeter, and right now he is playing with just a lot of confidence.
Roger Powell feels like he's open down in the paint. Nick Smith gets it from 16, a little bit shy. Keeps it alive with a rebound. Wow. A chance for the 3-point play.
The Redbirds come out, switch defenses, go to a zone, surprise Illinois. Probably they wanted the guy to shoot the shot. They got to shoot it with Smith, but no one blocks out. That's what happens when you play a zone. You got to match up. No one puts a body on him. And Smith able to go for the 3-point play right now. Big free throw for Illinois right now.
One-time Florida Player of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year. Shots 86% from the line last year. There's his numbers so far this season.
Just played some huge minutes down the stretch against the Missouri Tigers down in St. Louis. So he knows when it's crunch time. He's got the confidence to come through, and the Assembly Hall is coming to its feet.
Inside 3 minutes, 4-point ball game. We're tied at 32 at halftime. Guidry out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's had the hot hand. Looking inside. Smith hanging on. There's the whistle. No whistle. They thought there was a whistle down low. Seemed like play froze there for a second. Guidry kicks it back, and it goes.
Oh. I mean, you had to stay with Guidry. They run a little 2-man game on the wing, and Arnold delivers.
Six-point game. Head almost threw it away.
Now, too much one-on-one right there. They got to get some ball rotation, put some pressure defensively on the Redbirds.
Definitely looking for Darren Williams.
Oh, this guy is coming up big for Illinois.
That 3 gives him 21. Or they give him a 2. That was a 3, 67-64. So 21 for the ball game now for the 6'3" sophomore out of the Colony, Texas.
I mean, both teams just stepping up and hitting big shot after big shot. For Illinois, it has been all Darren Williams here. He comes off that screen, sizes up, goes right up over the top. He's 6'4". Good defense by the Redbirds. Guidry stays with them right there, and there's nothing he can do. Quick release, and he sets his feet. But both teams just clutch right now, coming down the stretch. All of them hitting big shots. For the Redbirds, it's been Arnold. And for Illinois, it's been Williams.
43-1 over the last 3 years. As we mentioned, Michigan State, the only team to come in here and win in the last 3 seasons. But Darren Williams, playing for Team USA, was #1 in assists. But boys, he really looks like a big-time scorer here today. He had 22 against North Carolina in that loss in Greensboro. He has 21 here this afternoon, but his team trails by 3 with a minute 45 to go.
Right now, Illinois has just got to find a way to stop Arnold. Arnold has been really the guy that they've had a hard time down. Illinois State will back it back out, and they'll be very patient, and they're going to try to get the ball inside to number 21.
9 on the shot clock now for Illinois State. Alexander thought about it. Instead, he put the ball on the floor. Way too high, but there's Arnold again with the rebound. Stolen by Illinois. Head. Hop, skip, and a jump. He's in the lane. He scores. We've got a 1-point game. Head has 15 in the ball game, and Porter Moser wants to call a timeout, talk things over. 67-66.
Okay, you see the ball reversal, good pressure, good patience by Illinois. Head able to split the defense, goes up. One of the few times that they've been able to get to the basket from the top of the key or from the wing. Good collapsing defenses by Redbirds in here in the second half. And finally get a good look, and Luther Head delivers. Just a big basket for Illinois after playing great defense down on the other end. Arnold almost able to get that ball back in there, but good collapsing defense by Illinois.
So the Orange Crush. Today's ESPN Plus game is brought to you by College Illinois. Lock in future tuition for your child today. Visit collegeillinois.com. Option Herbicide. Grass control that puts you in control. And by Shelter Insurance. For your insurance needs, visit shelterinsurance.com to find the shelter near you. Seek shelter today. Back to live action, 1-point game. 61 seconds to go. Eccles not comfortable dribbling that ball up the court for Illinois State. Vince Green stolen away by Illinois. 51 seconds to go. Illini hoping to close out the non-conference season with 5 straight victories. They've trailed most of the way here. They still trail by 1. Williams off the dribble, looking inside for Augustine. There's the whistle. It goes against Illinois. It's an offensive foul with only 36 seconds to go.
Wow, what a huge charge that was. I mean, he steps up. Williams looks to try to dish it to Augustine, able to get in, sneak in there, and he goes up. Looks like he was moving a little bit, but does a good job of staying parallel and gets the, there you see full contact there. Good call by the official.
Eccles will inbound. Fighting Illini with 36 seconds to go. Illinois on a 14-4 run, and they pick up the defense full courts, but the Redbirds want to use another timeout. Porter Moser, after 3 years at Arkansas Little Rock, trying to get things going at Illinois State, went through a 8-21 year last season. Of course, Porter Moser not there last year. And once again, the last time they beat a ranked opponent back in 1987.
And that was an excellent basketball team, Iowa. They had Roy Marble, Ed Horton, and they were loaded. And, I mean, went in there and just did a great job of winning that basketball game. But here, I tell you, they have played a one heck of a game, the Redbirds. I mean, defensively, very sound, offensively.
So Illinois with 2 timeouts remaining. Illinois State with 160 left. 36 seconds left. Craig Gidley had a horrendous shooting day against Southern Illinois. Shot lights out here in Champaign. He has 13.
Now, Illinois has a foul to give right now, so if the ball goes in bounds, they won't want to foul. Once it goes in bounds, they want to foul immediately.
Oh, the foul goes on Vince Green, or it goes on Dee Brown, I should say, and Vince Green.
Now the next foul, they'll go to the bonus, 1-1.
And Vince Green, if this was a bonus situation, keep in mind Green shooting 83% from the stripe so far this year. 1 second. As he clips from the clock there, 35, and Dee Brown again on Green. As they move into the bonus situation now, Green will go to the line, shooting 83%. So Dee Brown picks up number 4 and 34 seconds now as Illinois desperately wants that basketball back. So Vince Green grew up in Chicago, 5'9" senior. His high game since wearing the Redbird uniform was 29 against Bradley last year, but he has 4 this afternoon, but he's done so much in so many different ways.
And Bruce Weber calling for a timeout, going to freeze Vince Green, try to make him think about the free throws. Okay, for Illinois, for Illinois State, it's a 1-and-1. So you make sure, if you're Illinois, you got to block out. That's the first thing you got to do. Right now, Bruce Weber's talking about, okay, off a miss, we want to come down and run this. Off a made shot, come down, we're going to run that. And so he's going to go through that. But right now, he's stressing to his guys, Mike, we've got to block out, get that rebound. You'd be amazed how many times that happens. Ball goes up, guys quick want to run a play, want to run something on the offensive end, they forget about the defensive end.
And keep in mind, too, Illinois State, even though they're shooting lights out in the first half, they're only 4 of 9 from the stripe and missing a couple of opportunities in the bonus situation. So now the Fighting Illini of Illinois with 34.9 left.
Yeah, and Illinois needs not to panic on the offensive end. They've got 35 seconds to go, and even if Green makes both these free throws, they're only down by 3.
Green, the 5'9" senior, 83%, knocks it in, his 5th point. And it's a 2-point game, 68-66. Boy, Porter Moser, if he can hold on to this would be a huge win for him in his first year. He misses the second. Rebound, Brown. Down 2, 30 seconds to go. Luther head. Williams coming off the screen. Doesn't go. Rebound, Smith. He is pushed, and Nick Smith will be going to the line.
It just seems like Nick Smith is always in the middle of it. Great job by Augustine to keep that ball alive, and he tips it to Nick Smith. And he steps up for 2 free throws to try to tie this basketball game.
So Bruce Weber has watched his 7'2" junior score 5 of his 7 points in the second half. 72% shooter from the stripe. Chance to tie the ball game. The junior out of Florida already has his degree in finance in 3.5 years, which is very impressive. And he'd love to impress the Illini faithful with a couple of free throws right here.
I mean, these are big free throws for Illinois stepping up. Now, even if he does miss these, they can come down. And very quickly you want to foul. I mean, the clock right now is your friend. And so you've got 18 seconds. So either way, if he misses one or the last one, he's got 2 here. Illinois wants to foul immediately.
Yeah, your options, Green 83%. Guidry shooting 93% for the line. Marcus Arnold's only 68%. With the kind of day he's having, not sure you want to put him on the line either.
You assume if you're going to miss a free throw with the big guys, you're going to rebound it. So those are the 2 guys you want to foul real quickly.
Smith, it's the first.
He's solid there. Great rotation. Steps up, nothing but string.
Well, Mr. Smith had that huge assist in the Missouri game when he found Roger Powell down the stretch. Gave Illinois a 69-67 lead, and right now, the junior with a chance to tie the game at 68. But he didn't look nervous at all.
No, he did not at all. Now, right now, Porter Moser's going through. Okay, if Illinois makes this, whatever you do, don't cough it up. I mean, the worst thing you can do is not get a shot off, and you're going into overtime. Illinois, on the other hand, Bruce Weber's telling his guys here. You see the reset. Illinois got 160. You've got fouls right now. Everybody's still in the bonus. And if you're Illinois, on the other hand, and Bruce Weber, what you're trying to do is say, okay, play good, solid defense. Don't gamble. Whatever you do, stay at home. Don't double team. Don't go for the steal. Play good, solid defense. If they make a tough shot, they make a tough shot.
Illinois trying to close out the non-conference season with a victory. It would be 5 straight. Keep in mind that Michigan State, Indiana both losing already today. And in 6 tries, Illinois State has never beaten Illinois. So that would be a first in itself.
Well, if you're Illinois State, you definitely want to get the ball into the guys who are hot. And inside Arnold, if he doesn't have it, then you've got to look for Alexander on the perimeter. Looking, he's been really hot behind the 3-point line.
Those are the field goals in the first half. Illinois State 15 of 22. And Illinois over 50% now in the second half. Nick Smith, though, at the stripe. Looked like he had ice water in his veins the first free throw. This is for the tie now with 18.1 left. 7'2" junior knocks them both down. He has 9. We're tied at 68. Redbirds have the basketball.
And they've got no timeouts.
Vince Green on D. Brown. Good matchup right here. Both grew up in the state of Illinois. Going inside to Marcus Arnold. Arnold puts the ball on the floor, puts it up, misfires this time. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Illinois State. It's Illinois basketball with 4.7 on the clock. At worst, the Fighting Illini could be heading for overtime, and I say that because they have trailed for most of the ball game, Doug.
I think the 16,000 are in the Assembly Hall all just took a deep breath because Arnold, who has delivered the whole game, gets the ball. Then Illinois State gets what they want, and fortunately, he's able. The first time he's missed in about 20 minutes, but they get the shot, they get the look that they want. And so Coach Moser's got to be, excited from that regard. And on the other end, Illinois now 4.7 seconds. That's a long time, Mike, to get a shot off.
Illinois did a good job with some help defense that time on the weak side because Smith looked like he spun around him. He's been getting around Nick Smith for most of the day. Now Augustine got in there and got a hand in his face.
Well, that was the key because he didn't get around Smith, and there was no one there to help out. Augustine slips over to help out, and fortunately for Illinois, again, the sophomore steps up and able Arnold to alter his shot, which he just comes up short.
And like you said, you can't fault Marcus Arnold for taking the shot, even though it's a little step back, because he's had a great day in his own right, scoring 19 points. He's pretty much had his own way in the paint. Seen the numbers throughout the broadcast. The Redbirds owning the paint here on the road in Big Ten territory.
If you're Illinois, you want to get it into Darren Williams' hands. I mean, he has really come through down the stretch here with some just big buckets behind the three-point line. Illinois State here want to play a good token defense, not full court, more like three-quarters. Pick them up, nothing easy. Try to Illinois work some time off that clock.
Luther Head to Smith. 3 seconds to go. D. Brown with 1. There's the shot.
It's good.
Look good from here. Goes off, and we are headed for overtime. So Illinois State at 4-5. Illinois at 8-2. They played 40 minutes, and 40 minutes isn't enough to decide it. So now the big question is, we asked when it was tied at 32, can Illinois State sustain for 40 minutes? Can they drum up enough energy now to keep the momentum going into overtime?
Well, and Illinois State's got to be concerned about foul trouble. There you see a great sequence. They get the shot that they want. From this angle, looked like it was dead on, but a little strong.
It was close, no doubt about that. So we're going to play an extra 5 minutes here in this in-state battle, as Illinois State will have to go another 5 minutes if they're going to find out if they can beat the Fighting Illini for the first time in the history of their program.
Well, Illinois State, I mean, they couldn't have played much better so far, almost shooting 60% from the field, over 50% behind the three-point line. They out-rebound Illinois. I mean, they basically have done everything they can, and only where they didn't beat them was in the score at end of regulation, 68-68. But the Redbirds know what they could have to do. They got to get the ball inside to Arnold, and he's played the whole second half with only 3 fouls, and so Illinois want to attack him, try to get the ball inside, get him in foul trouble.
I made a trip to Champaign in September, and it seems Illinois State in football had a good ball game, gave Illinois all they could handle on the gridiron, and now we are heading for overtime. Deadlocked at 68. It'll be interesting to see if Trey Guidry gets many touches or if they continue to pound the ball inside to Marcus Arnold, who has 19 in regulation. Guidry with 13.
Well, if you're Bruce Weber and their staff in Illinois, you're just saying, hey, let's forget about the last 40 minutes. This game has come down to 5 minutes. It's execution on the half-court sets. It's playing good, sound defense, and someone's got to shut down Marcus Arnold for the Redbirds.
First overtime game for the Fighting Illini since January 2001 when Penn State pushed Illinois in overtime. Illinois won that one 95-88. Luther Head. Darren Williams misfires. Williams follows it, finds Nick Smith. He's fouled. Nick Smith might wind up getting the game ball before all is said and done.
The big fella has woken And he has come to play here in the overtime.
Great job.
Great hustle by Williams to keep that alive. And great pump fake. And Nick Smith able to use that upper body strength and finish it off.
Williams with 21 off the bench. A lot of players, any league, any school, a lot of players would have taken the shot and just whatever happened, happened. But he followed his shot, did a great job of keeping that alive. As Nick Smith caps off the three-point play, gives him 12. And now Illinois with a three-point lead, 71-68. Gilligard looking back door to Arnold. A little bit too much mustard on that pass. Goes out of bounds. Illinois basketball. It's all about composure now.
Exactly. And Illinois State's done a good job, but you're in overtime. And now everything's compressed. And a tough pass by Gilligard. You want to get the ball inside, but good defense by Illinois.
Good ball movement. Luther head kicks it out. Lee Brown deep in the corner. Bring that one up. That's a big three. He has 14 in the game now.
But all you have to do when you see D. Brown is look at that rotation of the basketball, whether it's going to go in or not. Big buckets by the sophomore.
Boy, you got that one nailed because in the first half he had no rotation on the ball, huh?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it when he releases it. Big bucket for his fighting the line out.
Arnold wants to come back. It's rejected and it still goes. 21 now for Arnold.
He's put on a human highlight film for the Redbirds. He truly has been amazing. And he's doing this against veterans in the Big Ten.
I'm not sure if that wasn't deflected twice.
Oh, wow.
Williams coming out the screen now. 74-70.
Oh,
inside. They missed the bunny. Luther Head, who has 15. He's going to be thinking about that one, win or lose here this afternoon. That would have put the Fighting Illini up 6 now as we approach the 3-minute mark in overtime. Ooh, a lot of traffic. Almost a turnover there with the Redbirds. It's amazing what some good defense will do, huh? Arnold says, I'll take it. This one from 18 doesn't go. Augustine clears. Darren Williams, the 6'3 sophomore with 21, slowly bringing it up with the 4-point lead. And Greg Alexander, good baseline defense, and Redbirds have the basketball right back. So missed opportunity that time by Illinois. Boy, first option. They continue to look inside to Arnold, don't they?
Yeah, they need someone to knock down a three.
There's Arnold. Oh, Illinois fans thought he walked with the basketball. There's the call.
Yeah, they're getting tired right now. You can see it, their legs. Again, Illinois' depth starting to wear them down, and they're just bringing fresh bodies in. Nick Smith gets a standing ovation. He just played some monster minutes down the stretch for Illinois.
Hit those 2 big free throws. Winds up with 12. He tied it in regulation at 68. Yeah, the last call was a good one, but I thought it was a late whistle. I thought maybe the Orange Crush might have influenced the whistle. Good defense. Boy, they're giving 110%. They continue to do so. Alexander comes up. They had some numbers, but he's going to pull it out. Here comes Arnold. He says, give it to me one more time. Little push with the shoulder. Doesn't go. Rebound. Redbirds. Alexander from 3. Too strong. Green runs it down. Powell comes up with a basketball. 1:15 to go. D. Brown. Oh, took too much off of that one. Boy, there is a battle going on out there. I'd like to just turn up the net sound, and you can hear the bumping and grinding and the ball and the feet.
Yeah, both these teams, I mean, they have really sold out. They're giving a tremendous amount of effort. And the Redbirds right now, they're an exhausted group of guys. They don't have the depth that Illinois does, and playing on the road, and you know, Illinois keeps throwing that defensive pressure at you. You can see right now they missed some shots that they were making in regulation, and everybody is tugging on their shorts right now. Both teams have just tremendous effort this afternoon.
Augustine Averaging about 9 rebounds, 6 rebounds here this afternoon. 5 points now in the ball game.
I'm just tired looking at these guys. It's a little warm out. I mean, for January, it's about 50 degrees out, and it is warm here in the Assembly Hall.
At 22 of 24, make it 23 of 25. 6 points now. So Bruce Weber says, hey, we might have beaten North Carolina if we hit some free throws. Can't argue with those numbers here this afternoon. Plus the fact that they trailed for most of the ball game. I don't know. Looking for some silver lining besides the victory. It might be good that they were forced to face some adversity here before the Big Ten season started. Guidry shot the air ball on the 3. And the officials are going to confer who touched it last. Illinois touched it. It stays with the Redbirds. 47 seconds to go. Bruce Weber looking for his 112th victory as a head coach. He is 9th here in Champaign. Defense. Good stop that time by Darren Williams. Last touch by Vince Green. And now Porter Moser knows there's only 40 seconds left. And they're down by a couple of threes. 2-possession ball game, but Illinois has the ball. In no hurry to shoot the rock. There's the reach, and Dee Brown will be going to the line.
Yeah, Illinois State in regulation did a great job of handling the basketball. Here in overtime, you could tell they just got tired in their legs. Shots weren't going down like they did earlier, and also their decision making. Sometimes when you get tired out there, you make bad decisions. Illinois, you know, when you give a great team like Illinois a second chance, just like anything, they always seem to respond, and Illinois did.
So Dee Brown, 9 of his 14 points have come after halftime. Nick Smith goes out again. Roger Powell back on the floor for the Fighting Illini. Dee Brown, the 6-foot sophomore from Maywood, now with 15 points, and it's a 7-point game. Redbirds have to score, and they have to score quick. And we're talking 3 balls here. Guidry coming off the screen, got the look, count it. Trey Guidry now with 16 points in the game. And we've got a 4-point ball game. 77-73.
This is a full timeout.
Now the Redbirds, even though they're tired, they're not going to go away. I mean, it was a big 3. Keep them in the ball game with 24 seconds to go. They've got to foul quickly and hope that Illinois will miss some free throws down the stretch. But if Illinois goes on to win this game, boy, Bruce Weber and his staff got to look back and give a little sigh of relief. I mean, Illinois State played the perfect ball game. I mean, the only thing they didn't do is shoot their free throws, 6 for 13 from behind from the charity line. But other than that, they top to bottom, they played a great game and almost snuck this one out of here coming to Assembly Hall.
Especially since they struggled with their shot against Southern Illinois. They shot the 3, they followed the game plan, got the ball in the paint down to Marcus Arnold. See Illinois now with 1:30 left, with 24 seconds left in the first overtime here from Champaign, Illinois.
And that's the one thing about college basketball. I mean, there is tremendous parity. I mean, there is no outstanding teams than maybe 10 years ago where you had 2, 3 guys that were going to go to the NBA that are on a team. That just is not the case anymore. And so you've got to come out every day, every night, and ready to play basketball. And it wasn't like Illinois wasn't, but I thought Illinois really sucked it up the last 10 minutes and played good, solid defense and just hit some big buckets down the stretch just to give them a chance to win or tie in regulation. I mean, they played a perfect game.
You talk about parity, too. Just condense that down to the Big Ten Conference. Of course, it's a battle every year for the conference championship. But this year, it's really hard to put a finger on any one team that might be the front runner. Free throws for the Fighting Illini, 24 of 27. After an abysmal showing in the Big Ten ACC Challenge from the line against North Carolina, they've really gotten it done in the stripe here today, and it's a good thing for Bruce Weber that they have been hitting their free throws.
Yeah, definitely, because they did not shoot the ball well from the field. They struggled behind the 3-point line, only 38%, but The free throw line was the savior today. I mean, they stepped up and hit big free throws, and the hero today is Nick Smith. He really, I mean, struggled in the first half, but in the second half, down the stretch, he was the guy that came through for him.
Williams inbounding with 24 seconds to go. D. Brown will be hammered intentionally, of course, by Vince Green. Not a flagrant, but intentionally, obviously wanted to put Brown on the line. So D. Brown heads back to the stripe with 15 points. Only shooting 60% from the charity stripe so far this year.
D. Brown at the line.
Yeah, when you see D. Brown step up, again, you see it at the free throw line, you'll see the rotation on his basketball, and that's the thing. He's got to work on those fundamentals. See, it goes up, and when he's got good rotation, he's going to get those bounces just like that when it goes in. When he shoots it quick and he sort of shoots that knuckleball, that's when, you know, he comes up short or had some air balls early in the first half.
See, I find that surprising because I thought most good players at this, they shoot the same shot. I'm sure you shot the same shot 99% of the time in college, didn't you?
Well, one of the best, Steve Alford. I mean, he struggled his sophomore year offensively, and he had to get back to the basics and shot 1,000 shots.
Gidry downtown. Goes out of bounds. Illinois basketball. 12 seconds now in overtime.
Boy, valiant effort by the Redbirds. They have really, I mean, they made this a ball game. It was fun. I mean, and they played great down the stretch. They hit the big buckets. They didn't lose this game. Illinois won it.
And the Fighting Illini of Illinois could have folded their tents too. I mean, they were down by as many as 11 points with 10 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, I mean, they were hanging on just barely, just by a thread. And a couple baskets here, a couple big plays by Nick Smith down the stretch, Darren Williams, some steals.
Well, they were 25. I'm sorry, Doug.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they're 25-7 last year. Of 160 starts, 90 came from freshmen, 32 from sophomores. So, I mean, it pays off. Experience pays off.
Ryan Randall back on the floor for the Illini. He'll replace Augustine.
Well, we opened the broadcast saying that D. Brown was getting his partner back. And his partner coming off the bench with 21 points and some clutch shots, first and second half. And D. Brown with 16, 11 of his 16 in the second half. Nick Smith with 14 points. 11 seconds to go in overtime, 80-73. Boy, Nick Smith continues to get a nice round of applause, like the third time.
Well, he's one of those guys you just, you know, you love him because he's trying so hard out there, and sometimes things just don't go his way.
Well, it was close, a little bit too close for Bruce Weber, but they finish up with the victory in overtime, and they go to 9-2 in the non-conference season. Before we say goodbye and wish everybody a great new year, your thoughts on this ball game, Doug?
I thought two well-played games. I mean, two teams that played extremely well, and the Redbirds just played down the stretch, just ran out of gas.
D. Brown with 16, and Darren Williams with 21 off the bench. Luther Head with 15, and Nick Smith, the 7'2 junior, with 14. We were tied at 32 at halftime, 68 after regulation. There's your final numbers, 80-73. For Doug Altenberger, our director, Tim Sutton, our producer, Baron Miller. This is Mike Gleason saying so long from Assembly Hall. Final score, Illinois over Illinois State, 80-73. This has been a presentation of ESPN Plus, the worldwide leader in collegiate sports television. That wraps up the non-conference schedule. Up next for Illinois, it's Ohio State on Wednesday as the Big Ten season opens up. You're